Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Key West, where today is actually a somewhat quiet day. We even had some sunshine earlier. And I thought I'm gonna give you a little update on the south side of the island, which was the most hit by Hurricane Ian, with a lot of flooding. And of course, cleaning up the island is ongoing. The airport has reopened today, so the airport is further out this way. We are on SMATHER'S beach, which is the biggest beach on the island. If you're not familiar with the island, it's on the south side, close to the airport. And the beach itself actually doesn't look too bad. Look how quiet the water is. And let me show you on a map where we are. So welcome back everybody. And so as I said, cleaning is ongoing on the island. Of course there is a lot more to do on this side of the on the Atlantic side of the island. They cleaned up DUVAL Street pretty early today. So if you've been with us during yesterday's stream, walking down DUVAL Street yesterday around sunset time, you could see there were still all the branches and everything from the trees spread out around DUVAL Street. So they cleaned that up this morning, and this afternoon you had the big trucks with the claws on Whitehead Street, parallel to DUVAL Street. So cleaning off the big roads first, the ones with the most traffic. And a lot of the small lanes have been cleaned out by the people. And so everybody was lending a hand this morning, cleaning up everything. So we were told to leave all the branches and all the parts, you know, in separate areas. We had waste management coming in super early today. Then we had the yard waste people cleaning out the bins so that we had more space to clean up some more. So all in all, pretty well organized. But again, if you want to see what it looked like before, we walked down DUVAL Street last night. And if you want to see like what it looked like immediately after Ian, check out yesterday morning's stream. I think we went out yesterday at 10 in the morning, right after the wind had calmed down a little bit. So we're on SMATHER'S beach. I wanted to show you where that is, in case you're not familiar with it. So SMATHER'S beach would be out here, pretty much right in the center of the island here, so on the Atlantic side. This is the side the wind hit and the waves. So there is a lot more work to do here, because the wind pushed in a lot of the sand into the streets. So they are currently cleaning off the streets and the roads. And they kindly let me through here. Of course, the streets are closed off to any through traffic, unless you're a truck who wants to come and get some of the seaweed and the sand out of the way. So this is a 3-lane road normally here leading to the airport. Well, 2 to 3, it's 2 here and 3 a little further down. But you can reach the airport in case you have to go to the airport or you're coming into Key West. You can reach the airport. This is actually a ring road, and the other side of this ring road on the Gulf side is open. That is where all the supermarkets and this Home Depots and you know, all the retail is on the other side that people need to access. So that side is open all the way around the island to the airport here. And then this side here is closed off. So SMATHER'S beach here. From here we're gonna head over to Hicks Beach, where we were yesterday morning. And everything is buried under sand. And I think they had to close it off. If you saw some of the cars that got stuck in the sand yesterday, lots of curious people. I almost got stuck with my trike. So I think we're not going to be able to get a closer look at Hicks Beach, but we'll try. So over here, these guys were so nice to let me through on my little trike. So this area here currently not accessible by car. Hicks Beach. And we're gonna ride down Atlantic Boulevard, so this way towards the west. We might lose connection for just a little bit of time, but we'll try. So it looks like the beach itself didn't have too much damage, but then again, you know, they're all concrete buildings. This one held up pretty well here. And so yes, lots and lots of seaweed, of course, brought in. And we'll ride through the CASA Marina area. I'm just gonna need you guys to just hold on for a sec. I need to put in my control phone so I can see what's going on in the chat. Alright, here we are. Of course, Captain Cluckett is with us. I brought some refreshments. Okay guys, let's try to turn around. Of course the trike is buried in sand here, so we'll try to back out.
How you doing?
Hey! Okay, and we're ready. So SMATHER'S Beach. Over the next days we are going to check out the locations that you guys want us to check out. I know we have a lot of snowbirds watching, or people that are not on the island and would like to know, you know, how certain areas on the island fared. So we're checking out SMATHER'S because some of you wanted to see what it currently looks like. We are going to ride by the Butterfly Conservatory on DUVAL Street, and we're gonna check on LOUIE'S backyard and the AFTERDECK bar, where we briefly stopped yesterday already, but yesterday was really pre any cleaning work done. It was still pretty windy yesterday, so the majority of the work started today. So we're gonna squeeze by these guys here. So a lot of the smaller streets and small lanes are still blocked if there was a tree coming down. But everything that somebody without any heavy equipment could possibly move has been moved out of the way. Looks like there has been some damage over here. So this was all pretty new here, because they actually just redid this part here of Bertha Street. So all this blocked off to vehicle traffic. Doesn't seem to be any structural damage to the apartment buildings on this side. Of course, they all build to withstand hurricane winds. Thank you so much, Deb, for supporting our channel. And guys, all the your kind tips and donations for this stream today are going to go to the SOS Foundation. They have been serving hot meals today for all those displaced by Hurricane Ian here in Key West. So they were serving hot lunches at a local school in Bahama Village, at a gym actually. So you know, all the liveaboards that had to evacuate their boats, and all the people that were staying in the shelters, etc. So they have been serving food today and will also tomorrow. So we're supporting the SOS Foundation with all your tips and support. And I think our Streamlabs bot is actually posting the link, so you can donate to them directly as well if you like, because you know, all the online platforms, whether that is YouTube or PayPal, they all take a small percentage, and we just feel at this point it would be great if your donations could go directly to those guys. So SOS Foundation, our Streamlabs bot, is going to post the direct link if you can. Thank you so much for supporting the local organization in helping the people. So this here is Atlantic Boulevard, which connects SMATHER'S Beach, which is behind us, to Hicks Beach this way, as well as White Street Pier. So this area here has been hit pretty hard with both wind and flooding, and there is still some water today, and you can probably tell from just seeing those little streets how bad it is, because this is the cleaned up version. A mix of mud and seaweed. And thank you so much, Mike. I wanted to say something about a bike. I don't remember what it was. So yes, we have standing water over here still. Yeah, those whole areas here in Newtown have been underwater. All in all, we are obviously aware that we were very, very lucky here, and our thoughts go out to everybody who's been in the direct path further up north here in Florida. Of course, Hurricane Ian didn't hit Key West directly, was 80 miles offshore to the west, so the winds that we got here were only the equivalent of a Category 1, so not a direct hit, but still way more than we thought was going to happen. So yes, and that is my bike making those noises after having been riding through salt water for the last couple of days. And from here we will be headed over to the southernmost point later on in the stream. It has a lot less water now. And I wanted to check on the southernmost buoy to make sure we don't have any damage. We did have a lot of damage during Irma. There were pieces missing in the southernmost buoy, but let's see how it did this time. Okay, let's get out of the water and onto the road. There isn't too much traffic here. Well, looks like FedEx is still delivering. Those guys have seaweed in their yard. So guys, if you're just joining us, we're on the south side of the island. We started off the stream on SMATHER'S and we're headed over to White Street Pier, Hicks Beach, and then from there on we're gonna check on LOUIE'S backyard, the Afterdeck bar at Dog Beach, and then we'll go over to the southernmost point, so checking off all those spots here on the south side of the island which were the most hit. And as I mentioned earlier, of course, cleaning has been ongoing. So DUVAL Street at this point should be actually pretty okay. You can go back and check out last night's stream. We were walking down DUVAL Street. It didn't seem to be any major damage. You just had a couple of branches and everything, but the road was cleared. And so they picked up all that stuff today. And they are currently cleaning up Whitehead Street, so that way we should have all the two big north-south roads reopened. And I think White Street never actually closed or had any trees on it, as far as I know. Okay, they did have a pretty big tree come down here. Love how somebody put a life vest on there. So the downstairs apartments over here have obviously flooded quite a bit.
Oh my god! Yeah, my dad was like, 2 friends is open, and I was like, what? Yeah, we opened yesterday.
And if you were planning, because we got that question a lot, if you were planning on coming to Key West in the next days or weeks, in my personal opinion, there is no reason to cancel. Just make sure that you check with wherever you were going to stay. Oh, I guess those lost their car. So what was I saying? Yes, make sure you check with your accommodation to make sure they didn't have any water damage or have to do any urgent repairs. And most of the island will be open. Give us a couple more days and then this area will be cleared as well. What might take a little bit longer is Hicks Beach, and I'm going to show you in a minute why. It's because there was so much sand pushed in there. You saw that yesterday morning during our stream. The tables were basically buried under sand at LOUIE'S restaurant. But yes, Old Town being on the north side of the island hasn't been hit very hard. And they are also used to a lot of flooding there during king tides, etc. So everything over there should be open. So if you can, do not cancel your trip to Key West. I think we would love to see you guys here. And again, just check with your Airbnb or hotel, etc., etc., if they are open or have to do any repair. Or if you're just planning to come to Key West and you haven't booked yet, make sure you support the small bed and breakfasts and the small independently owned places. So over here we have White Street Pier. A lot of sand here, colored down palm trees. But at least now we can get a little closer. Yesterday was still splashing. So no damage to White Street Pier. Lost a couple of trees here. So all this area here is closed after yesterday. Some people tried to drive on it, got stuck in the sand. So you have the West Martello Tower right here. You have the little kids playground, and then you have Hicks Beach and with LOUIE'S restaurant. So we can't really access from this side. Can't find a space to squeeze my trike through. I guess we could here, but we can have a look from the other side. We're gonna go around the block. So again, this side of the island might take a little bit longer to clean up because there is a lot of sand to move. And I'm very happy to see some of our fellow Floridians on the stream. Okay, over here the county park, the Hicks Beach County Park is kind of still underwater. This guy here is going for a little walk. guys. I just need to cover up the equipment a little bit. It's not raining much, but probably enough to do some damage. So we just cover this. Oh, the joys of live streaming. Gotta be prepared. Okay, let me put you guys in here with Captain Cluckett for just a minute. Bring my poncho. I'm still with you guys. All right. And let me see if I can wrap you guys up a little bit. Sorry, it's probably going to affect the sound a little bit. All right, here we go. So as I said, Hicks Beach County Park here, just off Hicks Beach, still underwater. Hicks Beach itself being cleared of a lot of sand. Guys, change format. Let's go back. Okay, I think we should be back to the regular format. Just a couple of drops of rain. I didn't bring the any waterproof equipment. So we're gonna go around the block and we're gonna check the CASA Marina Hotel. And Dog Beach. If there are any places you want us to check on in a future stream, you can contact us at media@rightontherock.live, and we'll try to squeeze it in so we can do any public places. Of course, we cannot go into private property, but we can buy any specific addresses if you want to check on them. Of course, we're not going to associate any names or addresses, etc., for privacy. But if there's anything you want to check on, let us know. I won't be able to read it in the chat though, so if you want us to check on something, please let us know through email or via our Facebook page, Right on the Rock. Same name. So we're approaching the CASA Marina area here. So Hicks Beach is to our left. We're kind of trying to get out of their way, so it was closed off. There was a lot of sand, and there is still some flooding. So this is the road to Hicks Beach. So there isn't much of a road right now. You can see all the mountains of sand that they have brought out of the streets here. And I'm not sure we can get any closer. And I really don't want to get stuck in the sand. So this is like a... We actually almost got stuck yesterday, and we watched a car get stuck in there. So let's not do that. That way we can go and check out on more spots on the island. So this is Hicks Beach. So not accessible, and still gonna take a while to get all that sand out. If you were wondering, we did not get the storm surges here in Key West that we were expecting yesterday, just after Ian passed. The upper Keys did get quite some water. The guys on this side of the island did get flooded the actual night of while Ian hit the island. And then they predicted storm surges on the other side of the island for the next day, yesterday. And that didn't happen, but it did further up the Keys. Looks like, oh, quite some roots here. Casa Marina Hotel to our left. So again, we are on the south side of the island, on the Atlantic side. it looks like they are getting some water out of their lower laying parts of the hotel. So you have a mix of seaweed and mud and salt water. Good thing it hasn't been too sunny. This corner here got hit pretty hard. This little pocket park here. Barefoot Billy's hut over there kind of did take a hit. So not much has changed here since yesterday. Let's see what it looks like closer to Dog Beach. Although this is already cleaner than yesterday, you know, at least getting some stuff out of the road. So we had a hard time getting through this street yesterday morning. So this has definitely been cleared. So some of you wanted me to check on the after deck to see if there's any progress since yesterday cleaning up. It looks like they have started making sure that you can actually access. Yeah, they removed a lot of the sand. It looks like the building itself is doing pretty good. The after deck bar at the back, we don't have connection there. We went there yesterday and it broke off the stream. So they always take away the siding, so it's difficult to tell. I mean, obviously it's one of the first places to get hit whenever there is a storm, so they pretty much know the drill. So this does look much better than yesterday. Let's see if we can get any closer. Hope we're not breaking off the stream. As See, the door is open, so they are actively working on cleaning this up. So guys, I hope the stream doesn't break off. I'm gonna leave the control phone on the trike. Let's go and have a quick look. So you can see the sand is gone. And all this here is accessible. And look guys, the deck is already all cleaned up. Hey. And you see, they take off those sidings every time there is a storm. They're pretty much used to it. Got a concrete foundation, so it looks like they're good. Already started bringing the tables back out. And it looks like there is a little piece of the bar missing though. Like the bar top is missing. But again, maybe something that they can easily remove. I'm not sure about that. But structurally, it looks like they did somewhat okay. The bar roof is still there. And over here, it doesn't look like the actual building got any damage. So LOUIE'S backyard and the after deck bar cleaning up nicely. Of course, the beach needs some more cleaning up. And you see how high up the main building actually is here, so I'm pretty sure it didn't flood on the inside. The bike rack is still there. Could be dusted off a little bit. So LOUIE'S backyard and the after deck bar is still standing, cleaning up nicely. We walked in there yesterday to check on the backside of the reach. It looked pretty bad. However, we don't have any network over there, so I'm not gonna try it again. Okay, so this still needs some cleaning up to do. So I'm sure it's not going to take them too long to reopen. By the way, a lot of the bars reopened today. A lot of the places, the restaurants tend to open tonight. A lot of them said, you know, opening at 4:30. So they were still cleaning up this morning. Except some on Petronia Street. Petronia Street was one of the streets that had lost power for quite a while, due to some trees taking out the power lines. But a lot of the restaurants in downtown and Old Town Key West are open or going to be open tonight. The bars have reopened. I hope Captain Tony's put the grouper back on. of course, we'll keep you updated on that. For now, it looks like we're gonna have our usual music stream on Saturday from Captain Tony's. Here you can see, you know, the big roads have been cleared pretty efficiently already in order to access the smaller ones. And whoever was still closed today cleaning up is going to reopen tomorrow, unless they obviously had some major damage. So again, if you were planning on coming to Key West and you already had something booked, don't cancel. Just make sure you call wherever you were supposed to stay and double check they didn't have any water damage. And you should be good to go. Over here, Symington Street, all clear. Over here, South Street, all clear. Yesterday morning, this was all underwater, with the deepest spot being right over there at the corner of DUVAL Street and South Street. So all we need is a little more rain to kind of wash away the rest of the mud. And some of these areas are as good as new. We'll head over to the southernmost house in just a minute. I just want to do a quick stop here at the Butterfly Conservatory, because some of you have asked about this. So these guys are going to reopen on Sunday, I think. They had some water damage and were out of power, but they don't have any structural damage that is visible from the outside. So the Butterfly Museum doing good. Even the little butterfly you can take your pictures with is still there. So no major damage to the Butterfly Museum. Not on the wind side either. So all good. I think they had, as I said, some water damage and are due to reopen this weekend. And of course here the southernmost house did have quite some water. We were looking for that curb in the water yesterday. So yes, a lot of work over here at the southernmost house and the southernmost beach cafe. So yeah, they're power washing the southernmost beach cafe. Power washing the inside. Now what did take a hit is over here, the part of the southernmost house where the food truck is. So these are all parts of their waterfront eating. It's a very cool place to come and eat. It's, you know, it's just a little food truck, nothing pretentious, really nice. Got great lobster pizza. And you probably can't see it, but it's already cleaned up inside. And they lost some of the wooden structures here right by the water, but that was to be expected. So this is the cleaning process here, cleaning progress at the Southernmost House and the Southernmost Beach Cafe. There's a lot of power washing going on. Hey Danielle, yes, I'm pretty sure you're going to be fine coming in on Wednesday. Just double check with the Pier house if they had any damage, and you know, maybe they will have a couple of rooms that they will have to work on. Just make sure they still have your room and you should be fine. Again, downtown is doing good. We are on the south side tonight here, checking back on the areas where we were yesterday morning, and that looked pretty bad. All this here was like underwater, big time. But most restaurants are reopening tonight. Most of the bars have already been open this morning, except for a couple of exceptions that are pretty low-laying and might have some water. We're still waiting to hear from Captain Tony's Saloon. And look at how quiet it is now at the southernmost point at the buoy here. No waves splashing. No wakeboarding going on in the streets. And there is still water here. Now there always is water in this area at high tide. Right now we have king tides on top of everything. So we're probably gonna have a little more water here for the next couple of days. But that is normal. And as you can see, no damage to the buoy. Let's get closer. The buoy is doing good. And yes, the chickens are doing good. The chickens are actually really excited because imagine the amount of juicy worms that have been unearthed right now with all the rain, all the water. So let's check closely on the buoy. We did lose a couple of tarps here. There's still some mud. Looks like we have a little bit of damage to the base. So yeah, a little bit of damage to this side of the base. But other than that, looking pretty good. Okay, there is a little bit of red paint missing. I think we can live with that. She's doing good. Okay, maybe the yellow of the Conch Republic could use a little bit of retouching. But yes, doing good. The southernmost buoy. Not very busy here. Here is one of the cable huts that was built on the mainland and then brought down here by Flagler's Railroad in 1917. I'm reading the sign, I do not know all that. And this was to protect the connection between the landline and the 125-mile long underwater telegraph cable lines. linking us here in Key West to Cuba, which is this way, 90 miles this way. And the first international phone call was made through similar cables in Key West on Christmas Day in 1900. And he called Cuba, which said, "I don't understand you." So normally this cable hut is actually closed off, so that's kind of cool that we can actually look inside. It's got two little windows. Must have a nice view on here. Even when there are no waves, we're still getting hit with a wave here at the southernmost point. So the buoy looking good. I think we can remove the poncho here. So we're currently riding down Whitehead Street. Southernmost buoy is right behind us. And if you like, tomorrow evening we're gonna do a ride down Duval Street to see if everything is back to normal. Because again, I know a lot of you guys were planning to come and might be a little worried about right now. And if there are any places you want us to specifically check on, let us know. You can contact us via media@rightontherock.live or connect with us on our Facebook page, Right on the Rock, and you can send us messages. You can message us through Messenger. Yes, you can. So here Whitehead Street is now cleaned as well. They cleaned Duval Street this morning. So of course there was like debris everywhere. All the branches, everything put on the side. And it's all been cleared. They came with these big trucks with a claw. So we had a little bit of sun earlier. It was actually pretty nice. And I guess we can use a little sun to dry things up a little bit more. And we're gonna go and check here on Catherine Street. So I know a lot of the flooding were in the residential areas in Newtown as well. But we did have some areas here in Bahama Village that have been flooded quite a bit. We couldn't get through here yesterday. Looks like we can today. tell, is a lot of mud here. It's great to see how everybody came together today, cleaned up the island, and there was still some more work to do. So we will check out Duval Street tomorrow, the whole downtown area. We did yesterday, and it was still, you know, some of the places were still closed. So we'll see if there is any progress made. So we'll do that tomorrow. Hey. So all this here was flooded. And last stop for tonight is going to be the Hemingway House. Checking on the kitty cats. By the way, you should know that during a hurricane there always is somebody that stays with the cats. So we're currently far off the touristy areas of the island, and it still looks a little muddy, but a little rain should take care of that. So we're going to turn here on Whitehead. Lighthouse is still standing, guys. And our last stop for tonight is the Hemingway House coming up to our right. So lighthouse to the left, Hemingway House to the right. So the Hemingway House is one of the highest points on the island. Pretty sure they didn't have any flooding. They do have a lot of trees around the property. So it looks like all the big trees are still standing here at the Hemingway House. So all good here. They cleaned out the yard. And I heard that all the kitties are doing good. Oh man, that bike really needs to... Guess I'm gonna hose it down again when I get home. Let's see it there. Any cats here to say hi? No, there aren't tonight. Okay, I wanted to stop the stream with some kitty cats. Hemingway cats, apparently not happening. Well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed tonight's bike ride. Again, you can, if you would like to, please do donate to our SOS Foundation here on the island, getting hot meals to those that currently cannot cook at their homes because of the flooding, lack of electricity, anything you can think of. So they're supplying hot meals to them. It's a local charity called SOS Foundation. They served meals for lunch today, and they're going to do this again tomorrow. So our StreamNap spot is posting the link in the chat. So please, if you can, support them. And thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.